Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Chloé Malaisé, and I am hosting the fifth annual Yucca Valley Film Festival podcast, which is presented by Marianne Fenley at State Farm, Yucca Valley. We just wrapped the music composers panel. It was really fascinating. If you guys weren't able to make it, we actually did stream it live, and the video did stay on Facebook and YouTube. So check it out because it's really fascinating behind the scenes of how do you compose music for film. And at 2 o'clock, we're starting a scriptwriters roundtable. But before that, I have my next guest. I am joined by Heather. Hello, Heather. How are you today?
Well, you.
I'm doing so good. So this is a cool conversation because you not only have a film competition, but you also have art displayed here. So you're like a multifaceted.
Yes.
Do you feel like there's something that like you're an artist, like drawing or photography first, or like film? Like, where do you feel like, I guess maybe comes more naturally or easier?
All of it comes naturally. It's just a matter of how the expression wants to come out.
Okay.
So if the expression, the message, whatever it is, wants to come out a certain way, I just follow that trail and that lead. And
Is that trail like just an intuition?
it's
Like,
a knowingness, yeah.
thing. So what are some of the things, like, is it that what are these trails usually lead to? Because there's so many different forms of art.
Well, usually it starts at pain or suffering or
Okay.
depression or sadness or
Okay.
confusion. It
Okay.
starts with feelings and thoughts. And then in order to unbound myself, I ask for help.
Okay.
And then I'm downloaded
Okay.
with, hey, put some music together. Or I hear the coyotes and I'll weave those into a song. Or hey, go for a ride with your camera, or hey, write, or hey, this or this or this. So first it's the human,
Yeah, the feeling,
the
emotion.
everything,
and then it's the not human.
and then it's that something else,
Yeah.
which is the break from myself, which is why I think that I do a lot of formats, a lot of mediums, because I really enjoy as many breaks from myself as possible. But the great thing about it all is that it allows me to give back whatever it is that gave me. So that true power is with me to do this, right? Because it's not just me, it's everyone. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that I stand firmly grounded in myself, because there's so many people that can't.
Right. And that can't or don't know how to express themselves in that way to be able to like release the emotions and the feelings.
Yeah.
So first, talk to us a little bit about the art pieces that you have here. I have some pulled up because you did mention that the coyote.
Yeah.
I think I read too that you kind of like there's something about coyote in your art.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
is that
Yeah,
connection?
I've been in the Des for a very long time, and the sound of the coyotes is like it calms me. It just
That's so interesting because sorry to cut you off.
That's
I've heard
alright.
from the people that are not from here, it's literally
It
the opposite
freaks
because
them
we're
out.
like, oh my god, I'm just gonna pretend that is a dog. Like, so that's so funny that for you
it's like
it's a calming.
soothing. Like I record them, so if I have to go into a city or something,
Okay.
I just blast them and it just. So that the coyote piece is called Strong Allies Shoes.
Okay.
And I was driving because driving is kind of like exercise for my mind.
Okay.
And I just made eye contact and I stopped and it stopped. And we had a moment where we exchanged this connection without language, without anything, without nothing on top of it. And click and drove off. Because I shoot film, I only shoot once and I don't do anything.
I love that. I did hear that from in the first day when they had all
Yeah.
the artists up and you mentioned that. And I think there's like this new like again kind of wave of fade of like Polaroids are coming back. So I got like a Polaroid and there was something so beautiful about like because nowadays like no, let me take another one. No, let me take I just want to make sure it's perfect. I wanted this. So when you mentioned that I was like, oh, that's the feeling that I get when I take a Polaroid and it's like that's it, guys. We're not taking it again because this one was expensive too.
Yeah, it's expensive. They discontinued my preference for film, but what I love about shooting film, I've been shooting film for over 20 years, is that I don't know what I'm going to be shown. I didn't know that it was going to come out that way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of like the camera is just a medium, and that knowingness, right?
Yeah.
Sort of just takes over, and then you drive over, then you get your film developed, and you're like, hey, Coyote.
And the short film that
Yeah.
you have, is that also film or is that digital?
The short film is digital.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And what's the short film about?
So I do everything on my phone besides take those pictures.
Okay.
So I make music. I do the installations, but you're gonna see one of them is a noisy letters, what I called.
Okay.
And I started the noisy letter thing in 2002. I was feeling a lot
Okay.
and thinking a lot because I think and feel deeply. And I don't know what led me. Maybe that's something else to my phone. And I hit record. And it was the first time that I felt like I could release and then listen to it and sort of get an idea of who was releasing. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I would do these noisy letters where I would just record myself, that part of myself that really wanted to be heard. Anger, hate, sadness, all these taboo sort of feelings that are make us human, but we don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So
we bury them.
yeah, and that leads to some dark roads that I've been on.
Yeah.
So I do these noisy letters, and they're anywhere from like a minute to 12 minutes. And this noisy letter, imagine you're not in pain. I did the noisy letter, the mouth, the speaking in 2017, and then I put a video to it in 2018. And so the noisy letters helped me bring together a few worlds in unison for me, and then I share them because this is like the practice of myself.
I see.
So then I respect everyone else's practice of
Yeah.
their side. You know, and sometimes it gets messy.
Yeah, but you make art, which is beautiful. So that is actually screening at 3:15 today. It's part of the music videos, visual arts. It's an experimental film. So thank you so much, Heather, for being here, for sharing your art, with us, because I know it can definitely serve as an inspiration to so many people that just don't know how to channel, which I feel like nowadays we need more of that. So thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna go straight into the script writers round table. So I'm gonna sign off. They're all on stage. So I'll be back later on today. Thank you guys.